everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on Paradice Productions. I really, really appreciate everybody coming out for my Spelljammer 3-shot. It's super, super exciting. I think I am the only new face on this channel. Am I the only new face?
I think so.
Oh yes,
No.
I've been here before.
Yeah, I have too.
I have not been here before.
Jay.
Oh, okay. Jay's a new face too. Well, hello everyone. My name is Aelxbomb, misspelled, of course, because I am horrendously dyslexic. And my pronouns are she, her, and I do both TikTok and Twitch, mostly centered around Dungeons and Dragons, tabletop RPGs, Magic the Gathering, and board games. And tonight we are going to do something very, very exciting because whenever Spelljammer very first came out and very first started reading the Spelljammer actual book, they as soon as I got to a specific thing, which will be very obvious shortly, I was like, I have this idea. And just thank you so much to Sean and Paradice Productions for being able to have my little brain baby come to life. I'm so excited. And I just want to go ahead and give a quick disclaimer that I do on every single show. I am horribly dyslexic. So as in I have the reading comprehension skills of an 8th grader. So if I stumble over my words, if you hear me, if I'm reading something and I'm reading it at a very weird pace or timbre, it's not you, it's me. It's all good. I know I'm doing it. So yeah. Do we want to go ahead and go around and introduce ourselves?
Yeah. I mean, Jay, do you want to go? Or I can go since you're an also new face.
Sure.
First.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jay or Nala. I use they, them pronouns. I'm on Twitter at NalaWoo and at NalaDraws if you'd like to see my art. And today I am playing Mirage Han. And you'll hear more about them in a few moments.
I'll go up next. Hi, I'm Drac or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I kind of shoot all over the place. I'm a TTRPG writer, producer, anything and everything TTRPG related I'm trying to do. I use he, they pronouns, and so does my character, Thasan. He uses he, they pronouns, and they are I would say Goliath pirates. You'll figure out what exactly they are once we get into the game. But I'm very excited. I'm going to throw it over to Dylan.
Oh, hello. I'm Dylan. Or Super Dylan if you're on the internet places. I use she, he, and they pronouns, and I will be playing Stampy today, who uses he, him pronouns.
That was me. Hello, I'm Daryl Dorsey. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr._Daryl Dorsey, and usually you can find me just in random streams and TTRPG stuff. Whenever I can just find my way into them, I'll probably say yes. And tonight I'll be playing Krazib into Dracodandian.
You also do voice acting, correct?
I am also a voice actor. I was trying to keep it short so we can get to the game.
Oh no, you're totally fine. I actually could not remember if you were the person that I know that's a voice actor too. But yes, hello, welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. Tonight, I will go ahead and just give a quick little disclaimer just for everyone. We've already had the conversation in session 0 with the whole group, but I just want to go ahead and let you know this is more of a thriller, like escape the night kind of a game. It's not necessarily, I mean, it's hijinks and fun, but it's hijinks and fun with knives. You know what I mean? So if that kind of stuff icks you out, if that kind of stuff makes you uncomfortable and you want to go ahead and leave, we love you anyways. It's totally okay to do that kind of stuff. You can do whatever makes you feel comfortable. And with that, let's get into the hijinks, right? Everyone good?
My body's ready.
All right. We find ourselves under the Sun Sea. The Sun Sea, which is the astral sea, that culmination of every single place and every single entity and every single god and every single being that exists in the world melting pot together. In the Sun Sea, there are several different wild spaces, there's several different planets, but there are also giant asteroids about the size of a planet or about the size of a continent that allow people to live their lives entirely in the Sun Sea, entirely in the astral sea, away from the travesty and heartbreak and need to eat that comes with any sort of wild space, any sort of plane. Now, our myriad of a band finds themselves at the Sun Seafarers Guild, which is the adventuring guild on the western coordinates in the astral sea as we know it right now. They all came here through a myriad of different reasons and rhymes and have been with the Sun Seafarers for, you know, a certain amount of time that is predetermined by themselves. Some of them know each other, some of them don't. But as always, you find yourself in Rodney's office. Rodney's office. Rodney is the guildmaster that is charged with giving out and distributing adventures to the Adventurers Guild. You've all probably found yourself in Rodney's presence once or twice. It is undeniable as much as it is grand. He is a Mercan, which I think is how you say it, a Mercan. Mercans are mysterious and magical creatures of one or more deities whose portfolios revolve around fairs and commerce. He stands at 12 feet tall, lanky, blue, with just enormously slender and long arms, donning elegant robes with an elongated head and a cute little button nose. Rodney sits down, and as he views his way across the room, can we go around the table and say what he sees? I'm going to start with Thessam, because that's just who's right in front of me.
What you see is a 7'7" Goliath. He is dark-skinned, black, with a white, loosely fitting shirt with a ridiculously low V cut. You can't tell if it was always like that or if he tore it to make it like that. Underneath, very much not hidden, he's built like an athlete, like a swimmer or a sprinter rather than a bodybuilder, though. You can tell that all of this was gained through hard labor rather than going to the gym or any equivalent of a gym. He has multiple rings on his fingers, several piercings in one ear, and quite a few less on the other. White, just completely white hair in braids that he in locks that he ties up in a very messy bun, and piercing purple eyes. He has a rapier at his side, and his right arm is covered entirely in tattoos of like intertwining snakes that seem to be either eating their own tails, eating other tails, all the way down his arm. Wearing very baggy pants, the classic pirate pants with pristine brown boots on. And I think if there's a desk here, he's sat in the chair and with his feet up on the desk, leaning back. He's very much got the I am untouchable kind of energy, even if maybe with a few scars on him proves that's not really the case.
Amazing. Kraz?
He sees a 6'8" gold dragonborn with red slitted eyes. He does not have a very long maw. He doesn't have the traditional just a dragon's head on a humanoid body. It's a bit more expressive than a normal dragonborn's would be. He has horns that go back and sweep up just lightly. They're not very long horns, and then right behind that he has black tendrils, kind of like the predator dreads going back. Like they're not hair, like they're literally a part of him. And he dresses, if anyone ever watched Xena growing up, he dresses just like Ares from Xena. And in each of his, he does wear boots. In each of his boots you see a dagger shoved in each, and on his hip you see a very ornate hilt of a rapier. The hilt itself kind of resembles a microphone in some ways, depending on the angle. Sometimes he goes full Freddie Mercury, and that's how he does his bardicness.
Okay. Mirage?
I think seated on the other side of the sun, we see Mirage, who is a slender but still well-muscled agender Kalishtar, who is the shortest so far by a lot, standing at 5'7". Leaned against the table on the right side is a beautiful wooden quarterstaff that has carved into it various glowing geometric patterns. Mirage is wearing layered clothing and a whole plethora of different necklaces of all different styles. And on their right forearm, they have a very abstract tattoo. Their hair is a dark raven color, and in the light, it appears to shine blue. Their eyes are similar, and they're wearing very intricately done makeup. And the last thing I should note is they're probably holding this on's hand.
Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And then Stampy.
Sure. The Sun and Mirage are like sitting next to each other in this office. And very abruptly a big elephant head sticks right between their two heads. A medium-sized loxodon, an average height for bipedal elephant, with nice looking wizard robes that are in like school colors of black and yellow. And there's a small little yellow bird perched on his shoulders.
Lovely. Rodney leans into this colorful crew and says, "Good evening. I see we have obtained a fanciful show of people. I think this will do nicely. As you all know, you are indebted to the Sun Seafarers Guild, and for that you must do some of our bidding. It's not the most luxurious, it's not the most exciting. It's more of a delivery than an adventure, but it needs to be done. Bring it out." And from behind Rodney, through this doorway, this arched doorway that has like a curtain over it, you see something that some of you may have seen before, some of you may not have seen before. It is a larger. I'm trying to see. Like a larger, like Goliath size set of metal armor that is stark black. It not even chrome black. It is just simply stark black. There are these large shoulder pads with spikes kind of coming out of it, and a domed helmet. And on the domed helmet, you can see two glowing blue eyes. The peculiar thing, now this would be sort of peculiar on its own, but it's actually floating about 6 inches off the ground. And as the other mercan shoves it out, like quite literally shoves it out, it lies there. It lies there, limp.
Well, gee, thanks there, Rodney, but I'm afraid I don't think this is going to fit any of us.
No, you're not supposed to I shouldn't be surprised that you don't quite know what this is. Does anyone know what a Zodar is?
I don't know. Do I know what a Zodar is?
This is one of the things about my table. At any point in time, if there's ever something like this, everyone is welcome to roll an insight check to see if they do or do not know.
Insight?
First rolls of the night, so make them good.
All
Make 'em
right.
count.
I'm not. Yeah. Insight.
Ooh. Ooh, math.
Inside. I rolled a 17.
Stampy leans into the bird on his shoulder and whispers a little something. And then we haven't gotten to that part of our course yet. So no, I do not.
I rolled a 26.
Okay. So you do know what a Zodar is. In our group chat and Discord, I'm just going to go ahead and put a picture of it. But I don't know if chat will be able to see that picture, but I like pictures. So. A Zodar is a bipedal entity whose body is encased in obsidian exoskeleton. It has no facial features aside from two narrow vertical slits that resemble eyes, and Countess betrays no hint of pain or emotion. Underneath of this is just tightly knit muscle fibers that make it incredibly heavy, but it floats, luckily. Nobody knows, and then I guess the Mercan will say, nobody knows how many Zodars exist or where they came from, but the most popular hypothesis is that they were created from some long-forgotten god. They don't really interact at all with anyone, ever. They simply hover in, he looks over it, melancholy silence.
How high off the ground do they hover?
Probably another 6 inches off the ground, and then it's another it's a 6-foot thing. 6-foot entity of obsidian.
If anyone cares to pay attention, Kraz has just like a tiny little notebook, and he's just been like vigorously writing down the new stuff that he's seeing in this room. He's gone almost full Deku at this moment.
That's really cool, Rodney. Why are we transporting this? Is there a reason? Is this thing dangerous? Is someone dangerous after it?
No, it's not dangerous. It just, well, it might know things. Being from the being of a dead god, typically they have some sort of a task that they are set forward with. And when they complete this task, they are then decommissioned. We have only known of 4 or 5 to decommission. Their final act is of a grandiose measure and arguably is one of the largest changes that you can do while in the astral sea. So we need you to take this to Inforium, which is the college city-state in the more eastern banks of the Sun Sea. You will be traveling for quite some time. I apologize for the length and the inconvenience, but hey, you will be able to view worlds that you have never seen before from outer space. Might be fun.
Yes, no, I'm all for that. I just have a question. I hope you don't mind me asking. I know we're indebted to you, but this seems like a very simple delivery mission. Why us specifically? I mean, at the very least, Mirage and we have a very particular set of skills. And though delivery can be one of them, it's not really what we're known for, right?
Mirage is just shaking their head.
Rodney has a very thin lips, but he puckers what kind of lips, or presses in what kind of lips he does have. Let's just say no one else was available at the time. We would have given it to more recruit status, but seeing as you need your ship fixed, I figured I could shake a few tail feathers and you could shake a few tail feathers. And he gives you a cunning little smirk.
As long as we're getting something out of this, we do need our ship repaired. The last mission wasn't great.
Informing them is the premier place to acquire yourself a spelljamming chair.
Okay.
I'm sure that they will want to tip you. It's in their culture.
Well, I'm interested.
I just have just a little question, a clarifying question, really. So you said it wasn't dangerous, but you also said that like no one knows anything about it.
No.
So I'm just saying, since we're going to be traveling with it, like, how do you know it's not dangerous?
Well, because the 4 or 5 that had completed their task was of a more godly good nature. It just simply discombobulated things for a little bit.
I would also say it hasn't tried to kill us yet.
It also hasn't tried to kill us. It also literally hasn't spoken or moved. And it's just literally sitting there like it's limp.
I poke it.
It does not move. And it is cool to touch.
Kraz, a fellow scientist, I see.
Yes, let's go with that.
Very good.
Mirage, what do you think about all of this?
Mirage has been sitting mostly quietly. I think one of their legs has been bouncing, just getting some of their energy out, and Z kind of like leans in closer to this on, saying like, I thought you told me that you'll do the talking, because I just say whatever.
Good. Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Sorry, I just wanted to see if you had any. Do you have any thoughts on it? You don't have to tell Rodney.
Good.
Okay.
Because wait. Okay, if we do this quickly, because it's easy, right? I mean, how hard can it be? Like, come on.
Just a delivery. We're basically being mail people. This is easy. Yeah, no. We get a fixed jammer from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You turn around in your chair and Rodney's staring at you.
Ah!
So we're in agreement.
You're so quiet.
After much delegation, deliberation, I think these are acceptable terms. Yes.
That's right. As a group, we've decided that this is something good for all of us.
I like to think you stuck your head in between us again, and I think Mirage is moving your head back to like my other side.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Oh, you're all very funny.
What?
I didn't even study comedy.
All right.
Sometimes you're just good at things.
You will be departing on a passenger ship with this in tow, with the Zodar in tow. Come tonight. It will be making several stops along the way, and one of the last stops is the Emporium. So do try not to cause too much chaos while you ride aboard a ship on my expense.
We're not known for chaos. We do our jobs quickly and quietly. So I think you're in good hands here.
He looks you directly in your face and goes, "You're a pirate."
The best that you've ever come across. Yes.
But we don't do the chaos thing. Yep. No.
Yes, we don't do that.
No.
I, for one, am definitely not one for chaos.
We don't like chaos on the ship. Isn't that right, Mr. Hayseed? And a bird does not react.
Get a slow turn from Crass, just like, oh, this is not going well.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Take the Zodar and be off. The captain already knows that it's coming. So
Sounds good. Do we just push this thing, or are you gonna bring it, or?
you can
Do we have
push
to
it over.
fasten it to something?
Okay, I got it.
We
I'll
all
just
have
take-
we all have 50 feet of rope. For some reason.
It's all good. I've got this, and I'll just gently move it. I assume it's not that heavy.
It's
It's
really
like-
not, because
Yeah.
it just kind of goes.
So yeah, I'll just push it. Like, it's all good. I can use this one-handed. Let's go.
You're so strong. I stand up and take my staff and just
I
follow.
very subtly flex a little bit when they say that.
Okay, and now I am just going to go ahead and fast forward just a little bit. You guys bring the Zodar to the boat. The captain seemingly already expected you and seemingly does not care that there is a Zodar on his boat, even though Zodar are extremely rare and weird, and floating. As you bring it up, however, the other passengers are incredibly uncomfortable. Incredibly uncomfortable. You bring it up and put it in the storage bay, and then go to your room where you will be staying for quite literally a week. Go ahead.
How secure is this storage bay?
It is about as secure as your rooms in a cruise ship. So
So
like a lock.
Not very scared.
not very secure. Okay, cool. I think is there anyone else storing things in this storage?
Oh yeah, there's a
space?
lot of like cargo. In fact, you would say the majority of this cargo that's in here is stuff like dried meats and blanket panels of certain kinds of leather and all that kind of stuff. You are on a passenger ship, but it's not the nicest passenger ship. It's more like a cargo ship that converted part of it into passengers. So you're kind of like
Mm.
sleeping on hammocks like the good old days back on the sea. So if you guys wish to set up a watch, or if you wish to keep the Zodar in your room, that is also perfectly acceptable.
Should we keep it in our room? Do you think that would be useful or better?
Honestly, that might be better. Unloading will be way easier because you don't have to wait for everyone else to get their stuff out, and we
Yeah,
keep an
okay.
eye on it when we're in our rooms. Yeah.
Oh, well, we could also keep it down here, and I could stay. I do have a spell that could keep anyone from disturbing it or myself. But if you're all going to be chatting upstairs, I would be remiss if I had missed out on all of the good times.
Yeah, don't miss out. You
don't miss
cast
out.
the spell in our room. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be good. Yeah.
Get a little cuddle puddle going. All right. Yeah.
I assume that you'll be okay with me studying it along the journey.
As long as you don't damage or, I guess, really touch it. Can you study from afar, from a like maybe 10-foot distance? At least until we've got our payment for everything. Then you can do whatever you want with it.
As the song says, or really touch it, I'm petting its leg.
No movement, no action. It's still cold to the touch.
Let's
sure.
let's get this
discuss
thing
it
in our room before
Yeah.
anyone else sees it or asks questions, because we don't need that. Mm-mm. The less questions, the better.
Especially since we don't have any.
And with that settled in your room, there's really not much to do on the ship. Like I said, it's a boring old ship. You are off to your destination across the Sun Sea, which is none other than the Inforium, a college city-state that is probably the premier place of study in the Sun Sea. It is a place where all of the knowledge of all of the different wild spaces comes together and kind of is collected. It is an enormous asteroid that is essentially the size of a planet itself that is just floating. I like the idea of it being a moon. It's a moon that flew out of orbit. That's what we're going with now. It is a moon that flew out of orbit and flung itself out of its wild space. And they colonized it, and now there is this massive college in the city that surrounds it of intellectuals and divine inspiration, and that is what the Inforium is.
How long has it been since we got on the ship?
The next time that you will be able to get off of the ship, it has probably been 4 or 5 days. So the reason I always set up stuff like this so that I can ask everyone my favorite question to ask for new players, for new characters. What does your character do in its spare time?
Oh.
Go ahead, Mirage.
Smash cut to whoever wants to be playing. Mirage is seated on the floor, and they've got a deck of cards, and they're just. I think I just look over at Dasan. Got any twos?
No, I don't have any twos. Got any queens?
Damn it. Can't
yeah,
choose
okay.
cards.
So again, you ask and then you tell the truth.
Yes, you and
Yeah.
I lean over and I'm like not showing you my cards, but then I start explaining to you how to play Go Fish.
Okay. And if one were to cheat at this game,
You just don't cheat. You can't lie about what you have or you don't have. If you have it, you give it up. If you don't
if
have it, you
someone
say Go
is
Fish.
caught lying, do we kill them?
Yes.
Yes. Honestly, if you're going to cheat, just do it well.
Got it.
If you want to cheat, there's another game for that. It's called BS. Have you heard of it?
PS is damn good.
I have a
kind of
feeling I'd be
BS.
good at all of this.
No, afraid I haven't played that one.
You can play that next.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can play that one
well-
next.
Do you have any 4s?
Oh fuck yeah! Here you go. Hand over 2 4s.
I also have 2 4s.
Which means I had none. And I was just asking for 4s because I liked them.
Amazing.
Very good.
And
So
you're
that's what we're doing, I think. Or at least that's
Okay.
what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I've been lying the entire time as the bard, just persuading people I didn't have what I truly had.
I think when I'm not playing cards with the group, I'm probably going around the ship. Either only ever when someone is actually in the room, keep an eye on the Zodor, right? That's the name of it, Zodor. I'm honestly just
Zodar?
conversing Zodar. I'm
I
honestly
don't know,
just
there's
conversing with people. Yeah, I'm honestly just conversing with any passengers. There is definitely some like flirting behavior going on, but usually
Mhm.
just to be like to get a free drink from them or something like that.
Mm.
But they're just going around the ship, kind of trying to get the lay of the land
Yeah.
out of habit, and also they kind of I don't think stir crazy is the word for it. They don't like being holed up in one place. Usually they're on their own ship, like manning the sails, steering the ship, doing something, busying their hands in some way. So being on just a passenger ship where they have quite literally nothing to do, they become a bit antsy. So it's trying to find something to do, anything to do.
You will say that I will say that as you get a lay of the land of the ship, you notice that it's mostly like single family units or like business people who are Also traveling to the Inforium. There's a good amount of people going to the Inforium. Whether it be because they're seeking answers or they're seeking mentorship. One family in particular, though, that strikes you is there is a family of Yuan Ti who have the snake heads. They actually have the cobra heads, and one of them they have a son who does not actually have a cobra head. They're more humanoid in appearance, though they do have scales. And for some reason, this boy takes a big shine to you in your piercings and your jewelry. And probably if they see Mirage, like also take a big liking to Zem as well. And you will oftentimes, as walking around, you'll see this boy come up to you and be like, "Hey, you want to see what I can do?" And you
Hey,
like,
yeah, sure, of course.
what in
I like
sword?
crouch
I'm
down.
like, "Vanguard!" And like,
I will play fight with them. I would like pull out my rapier and play fight with them as well.
you can tell that the parents either pay no mind or enjoy the fact that he's having fun and making friends.
Stampy walks by and sees the play sword fighting and turns to Professor Hayseed and says, "Oh, that small child must have cheated at Go Fish," and continues walking along.
At some point, Kraz would have just kind of made himself like the sea crooner, like the lounge singer at some point, just out of sheer boredom. He would have just set himself up as that because he's used to, in a pinch when he needs money, he'll just find a place that needs some sort of entertainment and set himself up there to make an extra bit of money or to get a bit of the lay of the land in his own way. Just like everyone wants to chat up the entertainer at the end of the night.
Yeah. So you just sit up on the deck with the stars in the background. And what is your instrument?
Well, usually I just sing. I am proficient in the drum, the flute, the lute, and the viol.
Okay, so you're just having a good sing?
We'll say
Unmanned.
for this. I don't look. Yes, it's mostly just him singing.
What's the vibe of the music that you sing?
Seeing as even though it's been for a short time, he has been traveling with an actual pirate. He would have picked their brain for a few shanties to sing at some point. Since there are children around, he doesn't want to do the super sad one. So,
or the super horny one, probably.
The super horny one.
Yeah. No.
But there are adults and there is drinking. So we're probably doing Drunken Sailor. So what will we do with the Drunken Sailor is what Kraz is singing at the moment.
I'd love to imagine that there are these creatures in the astral state called mollymocks. They're basically seagulls, and they follow around the air. They live in the air pockets that these ships make. And I just like to imagine that these mollymocks, because one of the things is that they sing and they crow and stuff. So I like to imagine that these mollymocks grow friendly to you and are like, what is this noise? I like this noise.
I eventually trained them because it's a call and receive song. So it's like there's layers to it. It's like, what do we do with a Drunken Sailor? And each person keeps going with it.
Amazing.
Pitchy. All right.
Amazing. And then Stampy, what do you do with your free time? I assume study the Zodar.
Yes. I would like to study the Zodar, and I would like to not be compliant in doing it from 10 feet away. And when I say study, I am taking notes on it and researching it physically, but I would like to study its magical properties, if that is possible.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Great. Ooh, actually, very great. Yay. That is going to be an 18.
So this is definitely an entity of magical properties, but the interesting thing is that you're not really getting like divination, like celestial energy. You're more getting like aberration, ghosty ghost energy off of it. So like you're getting more of those signals off of it. So that's what I'll tell you with an 18. But it's your decision whether or not Stampy considers it more or less ominous.
Okay. And a quick question. How long will we have been traveling over this like time skip we're doing?
The next time we will the next scene is 4 days in whenever you guys stop for fuel.
4 days in. Great. The next time the Sun and Mirage walk into this room, which is is it your bedroom or is it like our
I
room?
think
It's like
I
all
kinda-
of
It's our
Yeah,
room.
our.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Like it has
Great.
the-
That's a
it has
little
the-
bit better.
It has the door that it's an adjoining room. It has the door in between.
There is
Yeah.
a little bit of a like a research board set up with like there's no physical pins put into it, but there are hovering pieces of scroll magically arranged along the wall. Most of them are blank. So far the only one that's been filled in says ghost ? And Stampy ponders it for some time.
What you looking at?
Well, from my very, very, very thorough research so far, I think that this might be a ghost of some kind. A very solid
What-
corporeal ghost.
What led you to that hypothesis?
Yes, I'm curious. How did you figure that out? And I think I like came up behind Mirage and I wrapped my arm around their shoulder and like, rested my head on top of theirs.
Well, it's a very, very thorough process in magical research that I call the Wibblies. When
The
you
Wibblies.
yes, you sort of stand near the thing you would like to study, and depending on the feeling of the Wibblies that you get,
Is
You
that different to the Wobblies? I remember you mentioned the Wobblies.
extremely different from the Wobblies. Well, if we were talking about Wobblies, this would be a very different case study.
Are those either
as-
timey or wimey?
But that's a different school of magic than what I'm used to. But those can come up. But I focus more on the Wibblies, the Wobblies, and the Zoomblies sometimes.
Seemingly,
Now-
that's new. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah,
Are you sure you're just not saying words?
we're all
Like,
just saying
just-
words.
Well, okay.
He got you
I'm-
there.
Point one for Stampy.
Well, it's just that. Well, these are very technical terms that Professor Hayseed has come up with in his genius way to describe the different feelings that you get when reading the different schools of magic. It's very, very highbrow.
Mm-hmm.
Academics was never my strong suit, so I'll leave you to that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go punch some shit. And and I just like pat Theson's like forearm and then like duck under it. And go to like the far corner of the room where I've probably conjured up some kind of punching bag, something to just practice on. And I just start going at it.
I love it. I love it.
Whippy, whoop.
So, with all of you, with all of the singing and the Wibblies and the Wobblies that you can do in a 4-day period, the ship docks at many places, but these places are much more transport friendly than they are people friendly. They are places where cargo gets off and then gets on somewhere else. They're also oftentimes locations of a lot of magical energy in order to refuel the air envelope that the ship is in. But finally, 4 days into the trip, you know, you can you choose whether or not you are itching to get off of the ship. They make a pit stop at a very interesting place. It is none other than a spherical or what is it called? Not spiral, not circle, not spherical.
Sphere.
Conical.
Ring.
Ring.
On a ring world. As you come towards this ring world and come to dock, the first thing that you are greeted with is just a myriad of just fun, upbeat music that you would hear in a carnival. As you all kind of come out, you see Theron, who is the UNT boy. He comes and runs up to you and goes, the sun!
Yes, Theron, how you
Here we
doing?
are.
Yes, it seems like we're making a pit stop just to refuel.
Go look over the side. And he grabs you in Mirage's hands
Okay.
and runs you guys over to the side. And
Okay,
you
we're
can see that we're docked. And the ring is quite thick, but along the bottom section, the bottom U of this ring is just thrills and frills and a carnival, just a street of just pure carnival. There's carnival games, carnival food. You can smell the cooking oil from here. There are people on stilts doing little dances. There are jugglers. There are fire throwers. All sorts of amazing, adventurous, wonderful things to be done down on the ring world. And some of you, if you have been in the world for a period amount of time, you would know this as Varagos. Varagos is one of those places that people talk about, but you never go to. Kind of like, oh, I always want to go to see this one show. Or I always want to go to Disneyland, but you're never able to go to Disneyland. It's one of those places that you're just never able to get to. It is a carnival of a place of gambling and drinking and amusement 24/7. The lights don't turn off, and the city never sleeps. And their entire economy is based on people stopping to fuel to fuel their air envelope at this station, because they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and that's kind of the reason why nobody can ever get there. But this is Varagos.
Okay, so are we going to bring this with us, or are we going to leave somewhere?
I was actually going to suggest we do. We can probably get some of our hammocks and just drape it over and just bring it with us. It's not heavy or hard to really carry around. I can carry it around.
About how long do you think we will be down here?
I don't know. We can probably see if there's any hands on deck and ask them what the usual refueling time is.
Because I'm good to hide it for about an hour, magically.
Should we?
You would have known.
disguise it?
You would have known by going to other fueling stations that it takes about half a day to refuel the air envelope.
I think we should probably bring it with us.
All right.
Because at least we've done many acts of piracy, Mirage and I, and these are the perfect times to stage attacks for rare things like this. Not that we've done it before.
Absolutely not.
As soon as you say we staged many acts of piracy, the book comes right back out. He starts writing.
By we, I mean we had a friend named We. It wasn't us. A friend of ours. They were a wonderful person. Went straight down the wrong path, but they, who was named We, would commit much acts of piracy like this. So I think bringing it up with us probably the best bet.
Oh yes, I believed every single word of what you just said. Well, yes, we'll bring it with us. We want to use the rope idea again and just carting it about.
I think that's probably a good idea. Yeah, so we can drape. I can take my hammock off the wall and just drape it over it to, at the very least, not immediately catch glances. We got a lot of weird stares when we brought this on board the first time.
Then yes, it looks like we're just carting around a weird dark corpse.
Yes, actually, yeah. At least with a hammock draped over it, it looks like we're just carting around a weird floating cloak.
Balloon? I don't know.
I think
It's a weird.
we just have to decide what is weirder.
Yes.
We're literally floating around in the astral sea. I think it's all relative at this point.
Fair. Let's just go with the hammock draped over it idea.
All right. I put down the
Yeah.
blankets I was going to steal.
And I'll drape over my hammock over it.
And
Yeah.
I would like to do a little something. I would like to do a little minor illusion on the blanket so that instead of when it drapes, it's not like settling in the form of a humanoid shape like we're carrying around a dead body. I want to like make an illusion so that it drapes as though we're carrying like stacks of plates.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
like more
yeah.
cylindrical.
Yeah,
Okay,
dishes.
Okay.
Things.
And minor illusion is only a 5-foot cube, so I'll cover the last foot of that illusion.
Okay.
But that involves like your illusion and my illusion being lined up perfectly. So I do think that if someone were to look really closely, there's like a little thin line and it's wiggling a little
Yeah.
bit.
There's like
Yeah.
3 pixels.
like
Yeah.
a
Little wrinkle in it, yeah.
two-person horse costume.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a seam. Okay, great.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
no one will be able to tell.
No, I think
Yeah.
this
this
is
is foolproof. We've got this down
Seems.
pat. Absolutely.
You grab your stack of plates and tie the rope around. Once again, lifeless, limpless, still cold to the touch. And as you depart, as you start to make your way for the ramp to head down into the carnival and onto Veragas, you see these 2 lovely, beautiful, bodacious, busty women, and kind of like olive green and like very neutral toned dresses. Waiting at the very end of the ramp with goodie bags, and they go, "You welcome to Vegas."
Thank
Why,
you.
hello, ladies. Then I'm gonna take
hello.
one.
Oh, would you like your tokens so you could play the game?
Oh yes, I would love anything you
Is
willing
it
to give
free?
me.
Is it free?
Oh,
Oh, good.
yes, the tokens are free. And she
Sure.
shows you this little bag, and she has this little ruby satchel, and inside of it, she hands it to you, and inside of it are these little coins. One side has a ring on it that you can see is kind of representative of the ring planet that they live on, and the other side of it has like a star, like a embossing of a star, or a raised up section that is a star, and it does indeed say Veragas on it. You use these to go and play the games, and if you want anything to drink, like our signature drink, Thrill Joy, that will cost real money. Thank you so much, and I hope you have fun.
Thank you. Quick question before we go. How many tokens for you to spend a little bit of time with my friend here? And I would like nudge Mirage.
Oh, you are too kind, sir. But after the feast, I would be so glad to find you and spend more time with you.
Wonderful. Well, my name is Hassan. What's your name?
My name is Miriam.
Miriam. Well, I'm looking forward to spending some time with you, Miriam.
I am looking forward to spending time with you. You look scrumptious.
We're
I-
all looking forward to spending a lot of time together.
Oh, you see the float immediately break in the sun when the
Oh
sun.
my goodness. Look at you are so grand, so lovely, so beautiful. Oh, your skin is so tough. You must be so delicious.
Well, I've never tried me, so I can't verify that.
Well, not every day that we get one of you over here.
Oh, well, if you'd like to know anything about loxodons, I will share with you my extensive knowledge.
Mary,
Oh.
when they say extensive, they mean extensive.
It's
He
quite
will talk
expensive.
for a very long time.
Yes.
He will
Mostly
talk.
Mostly to his friend on the shoulder.
But Professor
that-
Hayseed isn't a friend. He's, you know,
Business
I
partner?
am. He's my professor. He's my academic advisor.
Hmm.
Well, unfortunately, I must keep giving out our tokens,
Yes.
but
Yes,
I will come find you after the feast starts. How does that sound?
that sounds wonderful, Mary.
And she winks at you. Except I just blinked, but she winks at you.
I winked back.
I finished my note. You just hear me mutter into group play. All right, let's go.
I take the bag of coins and I probably. I can't imagine a height difference of 7 foot something to 5
Yeah.
foot 7. I can't visualize that. But
Yeah,
somehow
here.
It's
we
only 2
hold
feet.
hands.
I think the only reason why I can visualize it is because one time I dated someone who is literally a foot taller than me. Like I'm 5'3", he was
But
6'3".
we're talking 2 feet though.
Like 2 feet. I don't know what the dimension would be
2
there.
feet.
But somehow, it's a magic world. We figured it out. We
Anyways,
hold
I
hands.
take your hand. I'm holding your hand somehow, and I've got our coins, and I'm gonna distribute it to everyone evenly.
So there are 5 coins, or there are 10 coins. So I don't know how you guys want to divide those up.
2 per person, and then I keep the extra 2.
Fair.
I figure I can make more of these. Anyway,
Can't wait for Crash to bust
Still-
for tokens.
As you guys divide up the tokens among yourselves and decide if you're going to go left or right, the grand choice of a ring planet, you see that like everyone from the ship is now getting off of the ship. Everyone from the ship is coming to this land, and kind of just in a spectacle. Kids are running around. You don't see Theron anywhere, but you know that he did say that he was going down here, so you do know that he is somewhere around here with his parents. But you know, even the crew of the ship is like, well, I've never been here before. This is our first pit stop here. And so it's quite it's quite populated now. There's lots of pockets. If you wanna, I'm just throwing it out there. There's lots of I don't know. There's lots of food. There's lots of coin being tossed around for drinks. Of course, they did say that their signature drink is Thrill Joy, but there's a myriad of drinks that are available to you. And yeah, how would you like to enjoy?
Kraz,
yes.
would you like to engage in an experiment?
Is it actually going to be a fun experiment, or are you going to do something weird to me?
Well, I'll describe it to you and then you can tell me. I would like to drink some of these drinks and find out if they're really, what are they called again, Alex?
The signature drink is Thrill Joy, but they do have like mead and wine and
Yeah.
there's just this signature like that they're all toting.
I want to find out what a Thrill Joy is.
I am 100% on board with this experiment because I want to watch it happen.
Good. To
yeah.
research. And I find a
Yes.
bar.
Yes, the college kids
Awesome.
going to town.
You step up to one of the booths that has, alcohol written across the top,
Mhm.
and there is a very interesting man with kind of a ragtag top hat on. He has quite a large nose. He looks to be some kind of humanoid elven, I don't know. There's like 15 elves at this point, so
Mhm.
something like that. And he also is just serving up drinks with a smile on his face. He says, what would you like today? You want to try Vargas's signature Thrill Joy?
Yes, yes. And I don't tell me anything. I want to figure it out on my own. Don't give away anything.
You don't know about Thrill Joy.
It's his first time.
All right. Well, since it's your first Thrill Joy, on the house. And he pops out
How delightful.
this. It's actually in a beaker. Like it's in a beaker. And it is a green viscous concoction. And yeah.
Okay. One moment. Would you like oh. None for Professor Hayseed. He's grading papers. And I will
Like that's just what he is.
cheers to Kraz.
Cheers to you. I
And
would have
down the
ordered
hatch.
I would have ordered just a regular red wine and just watched this
Yes.
happen.
It tastes disgusting.
Great.
It tastes like battery acid.
Good.
And like, oh my, like almost like if somebody took lemon juice and like made lemon concentrate and then like that's what it tastes like.
Spectacular. Research
Should I take a step to the side? Are you going to
Is-
do?
challenging. No. I'm
How do you
Good.
feel? I mean, it's your first one, perhaps. I mean, I know that look. The first one always goes down a bit rough.
no, I'm not feeling thrill or joy yet,
Perhaps
but
you
I
need
feel like
more.
it needs some time to percolate.
Well, why don't you have another? They are delicious.
How much do these cost? Because I will pay just to get Stampy drunk because this is funny to me.
Our house drink is on the house. That's why it's the house drink.
Oh. Mm.
How do you make any money?
Well, people who partake in our thrill joy have a tendency to want to stay because they become so in love with the thrill joy, they become so in love with the deliciousness and the goodness that it brings to us that they wish to stay and participate in the carnival.
Insight check, even though I'm bad at it.
Go for it. Anyone who wishes can do it. You're all sitting there, so.
Actually, and Jay, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of think like the moment Stampy leaves, we're like, okay, this is our chance to do something without Stampy interrupting. So we go like
Yeah.
a different direction.
Okay.
So,
I think we went somewhere else. Yeah.
yeah.
Big
Are you
old.
guys now? Who has the Zodar?
I do. I have it like
Perfect.
tied to my waist as we're dragging it along.
Yeah.
Big old 12.
He's definitely not lying, but I think he's describing addiction.
Yeah, that's pretty much that's what I was gathering from it. That he's describing that they just get addicted to that. So I say, my dear Stampy, I think we should switch to a different drink.
Yes, I don't intend to have any more until I figure out where the joy comes from this one. If I have more than one, then it will disrupt the whole study.
Okay, we're gonna get you some water. You already sound like you're off your ass. 2 waters, 1 more wine.
You see like a slight disappointment in the man's face. He goes, coming right up, and he He hands you the waters and is like, that'll be 2 copper or something like that. And as you guys are getting the water, as Mirage and Hassan are kind of making their way on the opposite, I'm guessing you go the opposite way. Like they go left and you go right.
Yeah.
You feel Mirage, you feel a poke in the back, in the small of your back. And you turn around and Theron has somehow procured himself a fencing rapier. And he like pokes you with a little ball on top, and he's poked you in the back, and you're like, ha ha.
Mirage like whirls around like and quickly your face turns to like an angry like, hey, what are you doing kind of like thing, to a surprise like, oh, like now you want to play. And Z is still holding their staff, and they twirl it around in a flourish, and they get into like a ready stance, just ready to spar with this tiny child. And I think unlike this on, Mirage does pull punches, but not a lot, not as much as you should when you're fighting a literal child. But yeah, I think we play fight if that's
Yeah.
the kid's intention.
So he goes to make a whip towards you, and you make a nice quick flurry and like pop him. I'd like to imagine that you like spin him around and pop him on the butt with your with your like pop, and he's like, ah!
I'd like hit the butt, hit like behind the knees to like just make him fall over.
God, I don't know how you move that fast.
I'm well trained. I've been training for a very long time, longer than you've been alive. But it's fine. You'll get better. Come on, come at me again.
I hope. Are you guys going this way?
Yes. Have you been this way? This is our first time here, so.
I ran all the way up there, and he points the way that you guys are going, and then I ran all the way back, and whenever I got to the very top, I found the rapier in a shed.
in a shed.
Yes.
Hey, where are your parents?
I don't know. I'll go find them.
No, I think maybe you should stay with us and we can find them with you.
Are you sure?
Yes. I mean, Mirage, are you against this? I don't really trust that he won't get lost.
Well, Mirage just shrugs at you.
Yeah, you can stick with us.
Okay. I mean, a lot of times my parents just tell me to go off and play because I bug them. But if you're sure, I can show you where I found all the stuff. There's so much stuff.
Hey, do you want to sit on my shoulders?
Ooh.
Get on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Really?
He's very tall. Very,
you can
very tall.
You can point us to where you found the stuff.
I would like that.
Okay, come on. And I'll pick them up and like sit them on my shoulders.
He takes his little rapier. Let's
go. Now that Stampy and I are separated, since I can only cover 5 feet, I've changed our plates to be a conical shape. So I can do 5 feet of cone and then it just hangs down the rest.
Oh yeah, to be yeah.
So we've got like a cone, a mysterious cone under this.
So the as you're going, Hassan, or not Hassan, Theron says, so what are you guys toting around with you?
It's a ancient lamp we're bringing to an old friend of ours.
Oh.
It's an heirloom.
Are you going to Inforium too?
Yes, we are. Are you?
Yeah, we're going to Inforium because apparently my uncle works there, and my uncle actually is like a really big deal there, and he leads a lot of expeditions into unmarked territory, and so we're gonna go work for him.
Who's your uncle?
I just know him as Uncle Man.
Uncle Man?
Uncle Nan. N-A-N.
Oh, Nan. Nan.
Nan.
Gotcha. I
But
see.
he works in the exploratory department on the eastern side of the moon, and he likes to go into new worlds and new wild spaces and bring back like ancient writings.
Interesting. That's fascinating. And you're going to work with him or
Well,
your
my
parents?
parents are going to work with him. I'm going to study.
What field of study are you trying to get into?
Well, I can do this. And he claps, and you guys hear thunder, like.
Whoa. Okay.
Apparently, I'm a
Sorcerer?
sorcerer. I have
Yeah.
it in my blood.
We actually had a friend on our ship who had very similar magic to you.
Really?
Yes. They helped a
I
lot
need
with
to learn how
when.
to control it.
Oh, I wish I could get you in contact with our friend, but they're on, I guess, ground side. They didn't come with us
Yeah.
up here.
Oh, it's right here. And as you guys, because you guys were like walking, and you kind of started going on an incline without realizing it, and sort of in the back area, there is there beyond there are buildings beyond where all the fancy lights and all the pretty lights are, and they're kind of like dark and kind of off to the side, like you're not really supposed to see them. And he's like, I went in there.
You definitely weren't meant to go in there. So
I know, but I was curious.
I'll turn to Mirage. Apparently that's where, and I'll point down into the very eerie, dark area that the kid apparently went into. They got the sword from there. You're muted.
Muted.
I'm muted. Is the door currently closed or open?
Currently, you guys are watching several of the people who are working in like the drab clothes. You're watching several of them actually like get their muskets and get different like weapons, and they're starting to like distribute them.
Okay. Can I tell if these are real, like real muskets, real weaponry?
Make a perception check.
Okay. And because I have proficiency in firearms, can I add my proficiency to this? Because I know what an actual firearm looks like.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a good idea.
25.
Oh yeah, they're real. They're used. They're real. I think it is at this moment that when you see this and you start, oh, go ahead and do what you were gonna do.
Okay, it's nothing much, honestly. I was just gonna nudge Mirage and just very as quiet as I can, because I don't want Theron to hear, but just be like, those are real weapons. That musket is real.
Fuck. Mirage
And right
just
as soon
curses.
as Mirage says fuck, you hear behind you, and the Zodar puts his feet down on the ground, takes the thing off of his head, and all four of you, in your mind, you see the Zodar's face, and then you hear hide.
Oh.
We all hear that?
You all hear that.
I am not unaccustomed to getting random messages in my mind. It's one of my cantrips. I will hide, and I will grab Stampy right away.
As you grab Stampy, Stampy's going, "Oh, so are you a ghost then?"
No
I
response.
I will. I suppose I will see what does Mirage do? What's their instincts?
I think Mirage, after like seeing this and then hearing it in their mind, I think Mirage is not one to sort of fuck around and find out with this kind of thing. And I think I establish my mind link with Desan because that's something I can do. So for a brief moment, Mirage's eyes completely go like a light blue white kind of glowing
Mhm.
color. And I sort of like look in the sun's direction, and then slowly that fades, and then now we can communicate telepathically. I'm just
I
going
do
to
just want to say you feel a third presence, and it's the Zodar. So the Zodar has intercepted your mind link and can listen to what you guys are saying. He has the ability
cool.
to that.
And then I am just going to say to this on like, what do we do with the kid? But we should go. And then I think in the direction of the Zodar, Mirage is gonna say, are you going to come with us?
He takes one
But
step
Mirage
forward.
I'm gonna assume that's a yes. And Mirage is just like thinking this and is looking around for a good place to hide in this area where we are.
As you are looking around for a place to hide, you hear everything in. Nope. You hear everything in the area. That is also the wrong song. I have these out of order. You hear everything in the area kind of go silent as ding, ding, ding. You hear a bell go off that is actually suspended from the top of the ring. And something comes over magically booming, a magical booming voice comes over the entire area and says, "Attention, all the residents! Attention, all the residents! It is now time for the feast. Let the feast begin. Killjoys, make some noise." And instantly around you, you hear cackling erupting. Just as the illusion over every single one of the people who were working the carnival drops. Going from drab and dark, plain clothes, they become colorful, fanciful, and decorated. They have painted their painted faces now perfectly clear. You have realized the reason why you have never met anyone who has gone to Vergos is because they don't live. Everyone has one action before we go to break.
Oh,
What would you like to do?
I rolled stealth and I got a 19.
Oh, good. All right. Who else is rolling stealth?
I'm not going to roll stealth, but I'm going to cast darkness on myself immediately. From the hilt of my sword is going to be the point of darkness, and it stretches out 15
If
feet.
you're holding the kid, and it's everything that you hold. Wait, is darkness the one that does it around you?
Yeah, darkness is like
okay,
magical
sorry.
darkness.
Yeah, magical darkness. Yeah. I choose any points within range, and 15-foot radius of darkness comes from that. So it's going to be on the hilt of my sword. Would be the point that I start it from, and expands about 15 feet. And I and Mirage have devil sight, so we can see in magical darkness. So we're fine. But this will hopefully conceal us from anyone who can't see in magical darkness.
By the way, the kid is like grabbing onto your head right now.
Yeah.
And I think Mirage did I see a place to look? Because I had said that before. If I was like,
yeah,
looking.
I was going to say that you probably found several places to hide. There's probably, you know, like boxes or abandoned buildings. It's not a very well thought out trap. So there is a lot of places for you guys to go.
Okay, then I'm going to, because I can I can still see in this. I'm just gonna take Thassan's hand and also grab for the what's it called?
Zodar.
Zodar. Grab for the Zodar and just drag the both of you, despite being much shorter than both of you. Drag both of you to the best hiding spot out of all of those, considering how large my partner is and how large this like robot thing is.
It would definitely be the abandoned. There's like not back in the area where all the storage was, but back behind the actual like festivities. There was what looks like to be an abandoned, rundown building, and that is where would probably be the easiest to just boop.
Okay, so we're gonna go in there.
Darkness and gone. Perfect.
Yes.
Stampy.
Yes, I turn to Kraz and say, well, that must be the thrill. We should have some fun as well. And I Gigantamax Stampy. I'm going to cast Enlarge on Stampy and double in size.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Well, I feel like the coward of the group now.
It actually kind of works, because one of the things that happens whenever you take the Thrill Joy, which, by the way, Thrill Joy is the drug that they trick people into taking to make more space clowns, but Thrill Joy makes space clowns. You feel, because you did take Thrill Joy, you feel a strange inkling, a strange need. Not like you have to, but just like for some reason there's this thought in your brain to eat humanoid flesh.
I have the craziest idea.
But yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. No.
I got one move, guys. It is crazy.
I got one move. All right. And I think that is a great place for us to go ahead and take our break for the night.
Woohoo.
And then we will roll initiative while on break, and then the rolling initiative while on break. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for allowing us to take a break and go to the bathroom and take care of my cat, who actually got stuck in a plastic bag. Well, we were live. No. So, but I'm assuming we can just jump on into it. So I think where we are going to start is Stampy, because Stampy has decided violence. Stampy has chosen violence, correct? Now, we did find out during the break that Dylan thought that I said hi, but I said hide. So if you want to take back your becoming the giant, because you didn't...
no.
Okay. I just wanted to double
I'm
check.
good.
And as well, everyone else is hidden. All of you just hear screaming. Everybody that is out in the actual walkway of the ring planet, what you see is just gross. Basically, what happens is from underneath the stations, these now very obvious space clowns pick out rapiers and guns and all sorts of myriad daggers and magic and all sorts of stuff, and begin to just try to down people. They are going after everyone, children, women, he-theys, doesn't matter. They're going after everyone. I don't know why I specifically targeted he-they people, but okay. That's just what I'm sorry.
Very specifically, like fuck.
But they're going after everyone. It is kind of a bloodbath right now. It's kind of a showdown right now. And I'm going to go ahead and say, Dylan, off in the distance after you became giant, they're ignoring you because you're not an easy target. But off in the distance, you do spy Theron's two parents, the Yuan-Ts, who are snapping at they're actually putting up like kind of a fight. You kind of spot them probably like 20 to 50 feet away from where you are. The Killjoys have actually kind of all ignored you because you are going to put up a fight, and they're now doing other things in other places, leaving you sort of on your own. What would you like to do?
Are we in initiative order, or I just get to do?
So we are in initiative order, but you're the one. So actually, yeah, we are in initiative order. So Kraz, you would actually be able to react before Stampy.
Okay. Big hero moment, Crass. Let's see if we do this. I don't want to see the Yanti get jacked up like this. Even though I am stealthing, I will make my way. I will make my way since apparently just big elephant. I'm just gonna move away and make my way and stealth over to where the Yanti are. Since they are putting up a fight, it wouldn't be like I'm leaving a fight with a trained fighter to just help some weird people by myself. I'm going to go and assist them and try to get them back on the ship because I figure I would have met them and their child at some point.
Yeah. So as you approach them, they're actually adept fighters, which was a little bit surprising to you. They kind of looked a little more meek. You can tell that they definitely have been out of practice for a little while, just being around fighters. But they got some spunk. So as you approach, they kind of take down the last of the Killjoys that are surrounding them. As the Killjoys have now moved on to easier targets. There are probably Killjoys feasting on the flesh of people right next to you. The people are probably already dead, though, because, not dead. Alive meat moves, so they're probably dead. But they are currently feasting on the flesh directly on the other side of what you are hiding behind. So,
gross.
What?
I said gross.
Gross. Stampy, what would you like to do?
Okay. I will run over to Theron's parents, and I'm going to attack whoever is attacking them.
They have actually killed everyone who is attacking them on their own.
Okay.
After they once they've killed everyone that is attacking them on their own, they kind of get left alone because they're more work, essentially.
Okay. Does anybody look defenseless right now? Does anybody think they are really being
the majority
swarmed?
of people have moved back to the center of the ring to try to get back on the boats, which you are not near. So you guys are kind of in a deserted area. Theron's parents look at you and go, "Where is my son? You are friends with the one he was friends with, yes?"
They're saying this to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't see me. I'm still hiding.
I have no idea. My friends are... I don't know. I gotta go, and I will step over them, and I'm gonna go. I'm seeking out these clowns anywhere that they might be.
Okay. As you go to leave, Kraz, do you want to do anything?
I will I'll break my stealth. It doesn't matter. I'll break the stealth and walk up to the parents and be like, I haven't seen your son, but I'm sure he would have, a bit before this happened, he probably would have sought out the Sod and Mirage. Make your way back to the ship. I'll make sure to find him.
No, that is where everyone is going to go. They will all go to the ship, and the Killjoys will follow. We have to make our way to the Killjoy ship.
Well, that is before Stampy can get too far away. Because I have 120 feet on it, I cast message to Stampy. I feel like Stampy's easy to see because he's big right now. I just point at Stampy like, stop running. Come back here. We're going to find the Killjoy ship. And their son. They can't hear that. Only Stampy can hear it.
Yes.
The best part about message, only the person you're messaging can hear what you're actually saying.
What does Stampy do?
Begrudgingly turns around and heads back that way.
All right.
As that is happening, at the same time that is happening, Mirage and Thasan, you hear from outside just screaming and not good gunfire, and it is very clearly not a good scene outside. Farron is kind of like holding on to your head, but he's not necessarily as like terrified as you would think like a 6-year-old would be. But he is like holding onto your head. He's like, we gotta find my parents.
Okay, we need to clear a path. They're either going to be heading back to the ship or honestly looking for you.
No, they'll look for me. But they can take care of themselves.
Yes, no, I'm more worried about you, actually.
I can take care of myself.
And Mirage, I think, was if there's any like windows I can peek out of, like I think Mirage is just like, because we're inside this building, but Mirage would be just making sure that like nothing is approaching our hiding place.
Yeah, they're definitely all high on Thrilljoy right now and just having a good old time. There is not even a thought of checking
Okay,
for
cool.
hiding. You would assume that checking for hiding would come after the easy ones.
Gotcha. Cool. Then when I hear the kids say that, Mirage is gonna turn around and come back into this like magical darkness and just say, "Oi, listen. You show quite the markings of a very good fighter someday, but this is real, and you are very small, and I don't want anything bad happening to you. So you're gonna stick with us, and we're gonna find your parents. They gotta be around here somewhere."
My parents went the other way.
To the left.
Okay.
They're on the other side of the ring.
So we should backtrack then. Dasan, what do you think?
Yes, that's probably the best option.
All right. We've got this magical darkness, so that should provide us some cover. Shall I scout ahead a little bit? And I'm also looking at the Zodar. It's just still standing there, yeah?
It's standing there, but it is following you.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna just look at it and just say, why don't you stick with Thasan in the darkness, and I will scout ahead.
It doesn't move.
Not
I'm
much of a
gonna
talker,
take.
but I think it understands.
I'm gonna take that as a yes, and I think I'll I do a really cool acrobatic move where I can like dig my staff into the ground so that I can like vault myself up. And I'm gonna give this on a peck on the cheek.
That's adorable.
2 feet, baby. And then I'm gonna just probably try to stealth and just like run out to like see if I can get us a path.
As they go, the sun kind of mutters under their breath. Hate to see them leave, but love to watch them go. But and then after a while, we'll start moving down as well, because we have. I think I understand that our connection, our mind link connection, like what, 50 feet.
Yes, we must be within 50 feet. Yep.
So I'll way enough for me to like gauge that 50 feet or so has been passed, and then I'll start moving along as well, as stealthily as I can.
Yeah. So as you guys move out into the front, you are immediately met with the carnage of nobody being around to scare off the killjoys. Where Kraz and Stampy, whenever Kraz and Stampy, they had the Yuan-Ti and the giant fucking elephant who enlarged themselves, that kind of made the killjoys be like, hey, I'm gonna go eat elsewhere. On this side, however, there are bodies on the floor, and they are dead. And there are currently killjoys feasting on the bodies. So you can either choose to engage with that or keep going.
I'm gonna
yeah, since we've got like pretty large cargo coming through, I think I'm worried about them becoming like aggro targets or what have you. But I think I'm gonna try stealthing first. Like I think if I can, because I know that they're cloaked in darkness, I think if we can get through without like getting them noticing us, I think that's the best idea.
All right, well then go ahead and roll me a stealth check, please.
My stealth is average, but
Should I roll one as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe you get advantage because you're in darkness.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 20, so 23.
Ah! Damn!
Yeah, as you kind of linger into the back spaces, the edges of this rim, the darkness of your darkness kind of melts into the darkness that just surrounds this bright walkway, this almost like fake gold walkway. It's surrounded by darkness, and you kind of stop and go, oh, I should have seen that. As you creep forward on the ring, because the ring kind of goes like this, as you continue your way forward on the ring, you hear Theron say, there's Mom and Dad. And as you look on the opposite side of the ring, you see a giant fucking elephant, Kraz, and 2 Yuan-Tis who are covered in, I shit you not, Killjoy, the Space Clown's blood is black. So they're covered in black blood. Yeah, you guys kind of see that the parents are okay, the kid is okay, and your friends are okay. However, you are converging on a location together where there is a very large number of killjoys, the space clowns, trying to stammer their way onto the big boat. You can see that the big boat is literally about to take off, like it's trying to leave.
I sense no danger here.
Okay. Through the mind link that we have, I will let Mirage know. I'm going to try and get Theron to their parents. I'll meet you back here. We might have to stage some kind of attack, at least to help this ship get away.
And Mirage thinks back. Sounds good. I will find a good place to keep watch.
Perfect.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
slink away into the darkness and try to find some place with elevation so I can sort of keep watch.
Like on a ring.
Yeah, like watch their back, etc., etc. I have 40 feet of movement, so I can move. I'm very quick. So I want to get up to a place and make sure that I can keep an eye on them and watch their six.
Flipping over to Stampy and Kraz, as you guys make your way with the Yuan-Ti, the Yuan-Ti are trashing the place, combing the place, and just keep saying, Theron, Theron, Theron. Like they are desperate to find their son.
Could I also make a perception check just to see if I do see either the rest of our team or our, because they would have seen us, but we wouldn't have been looking for them. We were looking for shit. Okay, perception. Roll a real die this time. Don't screw me. You screwed me. So 12.
Yeah, so with a 12, you definitely don't see anything going on. You just know that the ship is trying to take off, and there are literally some of the space clowns inside of the envelope that are like holding on to the ship, and they've made like a human chain almost, attempting to stop the ship from leaving. They've kind of become ravenous at this point, with still having their brain somehow. And of course, around you lies bodies. Surprisingly, though, these bodies haven't been eaten. You can assume that they're just trying to make the rest of the food not leave. AKA, they're distracted.
Yeah. This is very Resident Evil.
Thank you.
Resident Evil 5-ish over here.
I take that as a compliment.
If a guy comes with a chainsaw, I'm out of here. No, I mean, the parents already said that they have to have a ship of their own. So I can't fault this other ship of trying to get away. So I'm a part of an adventuring guild. I'm an assist in that ship getting away.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you going to relay this to Stampy?
I will relay that to Scampy. Or Stampy, not Scampy. That's a food dish.
Shrimp?
That's the nickname Stampy gets when he goes big because it's ironic.
Yeah.
Stampy.
Yeah.
Stampy, I'm going to assist the ship in getting away because I'm pretty sure the clowns want to eat them. And
well, I would like to help them too.
Oh, good.
Should I come with you? Or?
I bring out the rapier. Well, we are an adventuring guild, and I Leroy Jenkins it.
All right.
I am gonna follow, but are Theron's parents still around where I am?
Yeah.
And they're like calling out to Theron.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to that's not working, and I'm gonna go up into the sky with my trunk and wiggle it around and skywrite Theron with an arrow pointing at Theron's parents in cloud.
So, Mirage, what you watch is Kraz go up in charge in, well, Stampy skywrites in the middle of the ring.
This is the first time I've ever played a game that has used that spell.
I know,
me too.
because I always look at it and I'm just like, when is this ever gonna be useful? Okay, cool. This whole time, Mirage has been like following them at the 50-foot distance from behind this time. And I think I'm giving them a play-by-play very akin to like a sports announcer. Like Mirage is not very subtle and is chaotic and um lovingly annoying is how I'll put it. But Mirage will say, "Oh, and would you look at that in the sky? I think we found your parents. Actually, obviously, kid can't hear, but you can tell the kid. Big arrow. You can't miss it at all. You cannot miss it. Yeah. Oh, and there's Kraz rushing in.
Oh, God. Okay, let's pick up the pace, and I'll just like fully sprint, as fast as I can to close the gap because it seems like combat's gonna properly start, and I don't want a kid on my back while that's happening.
And Mirage is running over the rooftops. Very badass. Very, very badass, I must say.
So as you get closer and as you get more understanding of what is actually happening, and as you gain the attention of some of the space clowns, what you realize is that there's not a chain of space clowns holding it hostage. There is actually a giant with 4 arms, with like this disgusting snot yellow skin. Borg. I don't know how to pronounce it, but there is a giant. I just posted a picture for you guys. That is holding on to the ship with all 4 hands, and that is the reason why it cannot leave, is because it's literally like inside the ship, fingers in ship, not able to move. The ship is trying to get out of there. There's actually like quite a number of people on board trying to get out that are now throwing things, and the killjoys are climbing up onto this giant to try to jump onto the thing to get into the ship and kill people.
Cool. When I get close enough, since they are crawling up it, I'm assuming
You'll be intercepted.
Huh?
You're because you're going to be intercepted if you go for him. If you go for the giant, you'll be intercepted.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is set a lot of stuff on fire really quickly. Okay. I'm going to get close.
We're at the top of the turn order, so let's start with you.
So whomever is in front of me, it is a 15-foot long it's a 15 by 15 cone of streaming fire that you will all see just come streaming out of my mouth. And what if they're cognizant enough to hear it, they would hear me say, "Well, now, this is not the way to wish a ship a good flight," and then the fire just comes out.
I love it. As you spew fire onto these killjoys, they are indeed in pain. They are indeed melting. That it is burning their flesh. But as they melt and as their flesh burns, instead of screaming, they're just like just laughing horribly. And they're kind of like they kind of like drop probably like 6 or 7 of them to the ground. Kind of in pain, just in extreme pain. And I believe that's your turn.
Yes.
Hassan, what would you like to do as you kind of sprint forward, Zodar following you? You just see fire.
I continue sprinting by. They won't be able to see me, but I give Kraz a nod of acknowledgement within my sphere of darkness, but I continue sprinting by because my goal right now is to get Theron to his parents.
Yeah. I should put his parents in the turn order.
And if I'm able to do that with my movement, so would I be able to use my movement to get to Theron's parents, or would I need to use my action as well?
You'd probably have to use your action as well to get to Theron's
Okay.
parent.
Yeah, no, I'll do that. I'll use my action as well to get to Theron's parents.
Yeah, you get to Theron's parents, and as you're walking up, the parents are like, "What the fuck is this darkness shit? What is this?"
And then I will like literally move into their space, set Theron down, and then move out of their space. It just seems like Theron appeared in front of them.
And he's like, "Mom!" And he's like, "What?" And like before you can set Theron down, Theron stands up on your shoulders and grabs onto his mom's head.
Oh.
And then he like slides down her. And they're like, "Oh my god."
I'd say, "Don't worry, Thisan here," and then I'll step out of their space and then prepare myself for the next attack, which I think I need to see if I can actually do this. Okay, no, I can't. So I'm going to turn to from where I am right now. How far away is what's this person's name? Borog? Borog?
Borog. I'm just gonna call him Giant, so we can all just call him Giant because I don't know how to
Okay.
say it.
Yeah, I don't know. How far away are they from me?
They're probably 20 feet from you.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna look in their direction, still covered in darkness, and but within the darkness, you see the snakes on my arm begin to writhe, and the tattoo of the snakes on my arm begin to writhe and move, and you see one of them seem to slip off, still two-dimensional, land on the floor, and like slither its way up its leg. And I'm gonna use Hexblade's Curse as this tattoo marks this giant now. So
Okay.
now, if I attack it, I get a critical hit is a 19 or a 20, and I get a +3 to any damage I do to it as well.
Okay. Okay.
And
All
that's
right.
the end of my turn.
Perfect. The Borog, or really should. Do you need it, Jay? Do you want to say something?
I'm
Okay,
reading
cool.
my stuff.
Got it. So the Borog, feels this thing slither up, and he's like, and he's grabbing on with all four hands, and with one of his hands, he's actually taking the hand and throwing the killjoys, trying to like get them onto the ship, but he's like way overshooting this shit. I mean, he's like dumb as fuck, but he's like way overshooting this shit. And I think for his turn, that's what he's gonna do. He's just literally going to throw killjoys, trying to throw them onto the ship, and he's gonna keep a hold of the ship. All right, Mirage, it is your turn.
I see my partner cast Hexblade's Curse, and I would like to doubly curse, and I will use my bonus action to cast Hex on the giant. It's a bonus action. I get to, if I hit, I get extra damage. But more importantly, the giant now has disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
And then if the giant drops to 0, I can bonus action choose someone else. How far away am I?
You're probably 30 feet.
Okay, cool. So
you're
I
up on
will
a
use
roof.
I'll use my movement to get up in its space, because I'm a melee fighter. And I would like to use my attack action to attack with my quarterstaff, two-handed, twice.
All right, go ahead.
And if it's okay with you, I'm gonna roll the attacks together as one, and then roll damage together as one.
That's totally
Okay.
fine.
I got
ridiculous damage. That's what I'm gonna say.
What?
I was gonna say you're about to do some ridiculous damage.
Yeah. Okay, so the first one is first one's a 23 to hit, the second one is a 16 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay, cool. And now I'm gonna roll a shit ton of damage. I did prepare my dice for this. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, that's 34 points of damage, and 10 of those are force, and 9 of those are necrotic, and the rest are magical. What's it? Bludgeoning. Magical bludgeoning damage, if any
Alright.
of that matters. And that is my turn because that was movement, bonus action, action. So yes, that is my turn.
All right, you somehow get right up into the Achilles heel of this. Unless you want to describe your attack. Do you want to describe your attack?
Yeah, I no, but that's pretty much what I was going to say. I want to get, because if the foot is like right there, I want to get up and just start hitting like that tendon on the back of the ankle. I'm gonna be whacking that thing. And as I do that, my staff, my quarterstaff, which is glowing, I like to imagine every time I hit with it, it like thrums with like this glowing energy. And I somehow, in the whirl of fighting, managed to throw a wink in the direction of this on.
The
Yeah,
sun is looking on, just hearts in their eyes as they're watching this.
Wow, so cool.
It's very anime. Like, but that is my turn.
All right. The giant, takes a big, and whenever he does that, he takes his hand, and he takes his hand off one of the four hands off the ship, and begins to start grabbing around where you are, like trying to grab you. Now it is the Yuan-T's turn. The Yuan-T are going to get the fuck out of there. They look at you, Fasan, they say, find us. And then fucking bolt. They bolt. And they don't bolt for the ship because there's a bunch of there's like a lot of killjoys around there. So they just bolt for a like hiding place. And it's so funny because you can see the kid's like being held like this and on the back shoulder. The kid's like, no, don't leave them. Because like, of course, to him, his parents are like, no. And that is going to be their turn. Now it is the space clown's turn. So as you go for the Achilles tendon on these guys, you gain the very, very precarious eye of so many killjoys. I'm gonna say there are about 4 that are around you at this current moment in direct vicinity of you. So I'm going to, by the way, I just read this on their character sheet. Apparently they squeak. They have squeakers in their shoes. And it's just they're just incessant squeaking all around you.
Oh my god.
One of them is going to grab out and try to grab onto a part of you, and is going to try to shock you.
Me?
Yes. 20
Cool.
to hit.
20 hits.
Okay.
And it begins.
You take 11 points of lightning damage as they kind of just the crash carts kind of just do that to you.
Oh yeah.
Another one is going to go ahead and do that. That is going to miss. The third one is also going to miss. What are these dice? These are new dice. They might go in dice jail. And the fifth one is going to hit 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19.
19 does hit.
So you are going to take you're going to take 11 points of damage as 2 of them grab onto you and just shock you. Do a nice little shock. Now there are a lot more space clowns around you. These are just the ones that have noticed you at this point. They are all kind of in this thrill joy, and you can like see it in their eyes. Like the whites of their eyes are almost like tinted the same green as the thrill joy that Stampy drank, that Stampy was given. Like the whites of their eyes have kind of turned that green color. And finally, Stampy, it is your turn.
Okay. How far away is any clown to me? Roughly.
You are probably 10 feet from the nearest clown.
Great. Good. Well, I've just had quite enough of this, frankly. And
Okay.
I would like to cast Phantasmal Force. And I want to say, you think that you're a scary clown. You are no scary clown to me. And I want to create a Phantasmal Force of a clown so scary that it scares these clowns. I want it to be the scariest clown in the whole world.
It's the clown from Rugrats.
Oh my
No, I was
god.
gonna say, so like
Mr.
a
Boppo?
traditional, so like a traditional clown that is not bloodthirsty at all.
Yeah, I want it to be the scariest clown of all time.
It is horrifying.
Just
and
any
then I
clown
want-
that's out the wild.
I want that.
Farron will have
clown to
nightmares
attack
for
them.
weeks.
Yeah, that's just gonna have to be collateral. I'm sorry, kid. And that clown will attack the clown in front of me.
All right. I have not had someone use Phantasmal Force at my table in a long time, so I apologize. What do we need to do?
Intelligence saving throw DC 15 or take half of 6.
Okay, so the clown takes 6.
Take 6. Okay. And there are more,
Ooh.
is what I say to the
Oh,
clown
okay, gotcha,
after.
gotcha.
I
All right, Kraz, it is your turn. This giant is still locked on to this ship.
About how far would you say I am from the giant?
I would say you're about like 10 feet, not that far.
Oh, okay, that's fine. This spell has 60 feet on it. I'm not going to attack yet if I don't have to. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level.
Okay.
So what people around me would just see me start mumbling to myself, let it go, 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 let it go. And that's all it would hear in its mind until it starts to break through and hurt it. It's a where is it at? Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I rolled a 14.
That is exactly what you needed to get.
Wait, was this the... Yeah, I rolled a 14. I thought
Yeah, that's my saving throw. But it takes half. I'm gonna roll the damage.
Yes.
Okay. That's 13, that half to 7. Mainly what I was trying to do, because if it had failed, it would have had to use all of its movement to get away from me, and that's what I was trying to do.
So there's one hand that's looking for Mirage. As you do the dissonant whispers to him, and he takes damage. He takes another hand off of the ship, and you see him clutching his head. Now there are only 2 hands holding on to the ship.
Yeah. I don't have any bonus actions. Wait, who's after me? Can I see? Is the sun still in
I'm still in
Darkness?
darkness.
And
I
I
think
can't see you.
I think you haven't been with us for long, but you've seen. I think have you seen us fight? Do you think? Like seriously fight?
I've seen you train.
Okay.
I would say
In that case, yeah, I don't think you'd know, but yeah, you wouldn't know. But the chances are he's gonna be in darkness for the rest of this fight.
Okay, that I wouldn't know. I can see Mirage and Stampy. So
You can see me, and I'm not looking too good after being electrocuted.
oh, you're hurt. Copy.
Yes, I am hurt.
I can't. Here's the thing. I just cast a spell, so I can't even though it's a bonus action, I can't healing word you, but I can give you inspiration.
Aw, thanks.
Where is it at?
What can I use inspiration for again?
Literally any roll. You get
Okay,
added.
Any D20 roll.
Yeah, any D20 roll you get.
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Okay, cool. We're fine.
Let me get to
Cool,
the
cool,
page. 10 minutes.
Okay.
And
sounds good.
what's a song with the word Mirage in it? I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know any words, any songs either.
Yeah, I don't know. It can just be called Mirage. It sounds like a song.
Yeah. Mirage, it sounds like a song.
Oh my god.
Perfect. All right, with that, it is the San's turn.
How much communication can we do in combat?
I allow yelling to be a thing. I just want to let you know everyone can hear you.
Yes, but luckily
That's kind of my condition to the yelling thing.
Luckily, I have a mind link with Mirage anyway, so that's what.
I consider talking a free action, including in mind link.
I will speak to Mirage through the mind link and be like, "Do you want to stun it, or should I just deal damage?"
And I think Mirage back. You can see, I think, like my hair, which is usually pulled back into a bun, is like kind of sticking out at like odd angles after being electrocuted. And I think Z just like squeezes their eyes shut and thinks back, just fucking kill it.
Okay. In that case, I will use I'll use meta magic. I'll use 2 sorcery points and cast Armor of Agathis on myself for a bonus action. And then I'm going to use my whole movement. I can get to this giant with my movement, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna dart towards it and make sure that I and Mirage gets engulfed in this darkness as well. And I'm going to fire. I'm going to reach out, and again, you see one snake is missing because of the Hexblade's curse. Another snake on my tattoo starts to rise and go up my arm and then collect in my fist. And as I open it, it shapes into a pistol, my packed weapon. And I'm going to fire into this giant at point blank twice.
Now, I do believe that are pistols range weapons?
Yes, but I have defeat crossbows expert, which means I don't get disadvantage at 5 feet. So at point blank, at point blank, I'm gonna fire into this thing, and I'm gonna sharpshooter it as well.
Okay.
At both times. So with advantage. I built this character around them not being able to see me with darkness to offset the sharpshooter. That is a 19, which is a critical success for me because of Hexblade's curse for the first attack.
My rule with critical success is all dice that you roll, you double. So like roll 2. So if you're supposed to roll 1d6, roll 2d6.
Okay then.
Because it's so much fun to just roll a shit ton of dice.
Yeah. Okay. Oh damn. Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong. So it's my pistol is a 1d6. So to crit it, I roll 2d6, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. 6 plus. Ooh, wrong dice. Okay.
Sharpshooter adds like a bunch of damage to it too, doesn't it?
The first shot
sounds
is
super quiet.
Oh, do I?
No, not
No.
you. Sorry, Daryl.
I do. That's because I am leaning it down from my mic, and I do that all the time.
There we go. Sorry.
So the first attack is 30 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to sharpshooter a second attack again. It doesn't crit. Doesn't. 25 to hit.
That
20.
hits.
Sorry, 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 19 points. Another 19 points of damage. And-
As you do these, as you just like find a spot, stick it in. A what?
Add 6 to that as well, because I forgot Hexblade's curse adds another 3 to each attack. So add another
Okay.
6 there. Yeah.
Well then you wanna describe to me how you kill it?
Oh, yes. So I think I rush in. You see, the audience sees, because no one else would. The audience sees and Mirage will see this as well. The audience sees a rippling of almost like solidified darkness coats Sasan as they run towards them, as they cast Armor of Agathis as their bonus action, and as their pistol manifests out of the snake tattoo on their arm, they reach out, and I think they jump over Mirage. I think Mirage and Hassan are in tune with each other enough that even without having to turn around to see Hassan looking, they know where to move, where to duck. And I leap over Mirage to go on the other side of this giant, and I think it is very unspectacular, very simple, just 2 blasts within the darkness of this pistol, and as you just see this creature drop, and this darkness, just sphere of darkness on the other side of it.
I love this. I love to imagine that what everyone else sees is just all they hear is and then like the giant holding on with 2 hands and then falls backwards onto the clowns, like just onto the clowns, like right in front, like misses Stampy, like hits Stampy's trunk, like I'm like right in front, miss Stampy's trunk, just falls backwards, destroying everything.
Is there a bunch of really sad, deflated, squeaky sounds?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, they literally like the chicken, yeah, a lot of that. And this kind of kills a lot of the killjoys. And the ship and is gone, leaving you guys on the island with no way to get off. Well, except the one that the UNT said.
I think
but the ships are gone. The ships have left.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one that knew about the other ship with the Yanti. Yeah. But the Yanti are still here. They didn't get on the ship. So you say that killed the rest of them? Like the giant
that
fallen?
Killed the majority of them. I mean, like
Okay.
a lot of them. So if you want to, and they're kind of weak, you know, because So if you want to,
Is it my turn then?
Yes, it is your turn.
Are there any more clowns that I can reach? I am out for blood.
You know what? Just because
Mirage,
I'm
don't
excited
forget,
and I want to
never
know what
reach
you're
with 15
thinking.
feet now. Remember,
Yeah, I
your
know.
tactic gives you. Oh, okay.
Oh yes, I can reach out to 15 feet too.
Just because I'm excited for what you have to say, there is one.
Okay, cool. There's one more clown. Awesome.
There's one more clown.
I think as the giant goes down, Mirage just kind of like watches it, and you can see them just go, and then takes their staff and whirls around. And as I do that, the tattoo, which has been glowing this whole time, you can watch as that like radiates up their glowing staff, and as they like fling it outwards, a glowing sort of strike like comes off the end of it, extending the staff's reach out to where this clown is, and I am going to bam hit twice. Wapow. That
You have
is
advantage.
a.
You're in my darkness right now, so they can't see you.
Oh. Okay, good, because those were shitty rolls. Okay, better. That is a 16 to hit and a 15 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay, cool. Then that is a lot of damage. Let me roll this really quick. Okay. Oh shit. Like 3 of my d6s rolled max. Hold on. What's 6 times 3? 18?
Yes.
18, yeah.
19, 20, 20. Okay, so that's 29 points of damage. And I want to bonus action flurry of blows, so I'm spending a key point. Are they dead yet? Actually, it doesn't even matter. I want to do all this.
Okay. It's not dead yet, but keep going.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna bonus action flurry of blows. I'm gonna just kick out with my leg, and you watch as like this glowing energy radiates off my body again and shoots towards them that 15 feet. And I'm gonna make 2 unarmed strikes against them. That's cocked. Okay, that one probably doesn't hit. Oh wait, no, that's a 9. I can't read. Okay, so that's a 16 and a way over 20 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then this is this. Oh, and I forgot to add 6. It doesn't matter. Okay, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 28 plus 6. That much damage.
So that's D4.
They are now dead. How would you like to kill them?
This one last poor clown. Mirage, who looks worse for wear at the moment, is just yelling in pain, in anger. And I think as this last sort of like kick out with one leg, spin around, like do like a back kick as well. As this last strike hits this clown, I think it just slumps over against probably the giant, against the body of this giant. And
Yeah.
I think Mirage just kind of like staggers out of this darkness and is just breathing very heavily, and is just going to like gently lower themselves to the ground on their staff as the glowing energy sort of fades back up their staff back into their body. And they are just kind of like half kneeling, half sitting, sort of on the ground. I am below half my max HP.
Yes, okay.
All right.
And then the last things he says is, we did it.
Stampy, would you like to take care of the last clown that's in front of you?
Yes, I would. I would like to do something absolutely disgusting, please. I'm huge, as you know. I would like to run up to the last clown.
Uh-huh.
And I want to scoop them in my elephant arms. I would also like to point out that Professor Hayseed has not gotten bigger with me, so there's just a very tiny bird. And then I will cast fly on myself, and
Okay.
I'm going to fly up
Yes.
and
Big Dumbo.
chuck 'em.
And like at this point, the killjoy, the thrilljoy has worn off, so the clown is not laughing anymore. The clown is like the clown is screaming. And you literally chuck them, and they like bonk off of the side of the rim world and just keep going. They just keep going.
A distant.
Yeah.
Sad honking sounds.
Yeah. And I come back down and I go back to my normal size. Well,
Right.
That
My darkness dissipates, kind of like you see it almost like vacuum suck into the tattoo on my arm as it dissipates. Mirage, are you okay?
I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Mirage
Okay,
does not
yeah.
look fine.
I've got. I'll take care of it. Decide if you allow it. Let me think of something. Oh, they shocked you on their worst behavior. You killed them all 'cause that's your nature. But let Krasy heal them. That's Mirage.
I love
and let
it.
me and let me
Beautiful.
heal
Even
the
Fasan
word.
like claps like, oh damn, okay, yeah.
It's like, how many songs do I have to think of for this? Why did I do this? Well, I'll do it at second level. That's 2d4. Roll. You heal 8 points.
Cool. Looking slightly better, and I think Mirage shifts your position to just be sitting on the ground. And Z looks way up at Kraz and just oi, thanks. Feeling better than I was feeling before, which was still good. Don't worry, it was still good, but now I'm feeling better.
I absolutely believe everything that you're saying.
Yeah, why not? And I'm like feeling around for like my water skin, and I'm just gonna chug some water.
As you're chugging the water, the Zoard is floating. He's not like limp now, but he's just floating. He's not walking anymore. He's floating, and he just floats up behind you guys. Says nothing, does nothing, but it's there.
Yeah, update. While we were enjoying the festivities, Zodar woke up.
Was he the one that told us all to hide?
Oh, you heard that as well? Yes.
Yes, I saw a weird face in my mind, and then a voice said, hide.
Yes, no, that was Zodar. We've been awfully
Well.
quiet since then. Bro.
With my roll from earlier, that was over, I think it was a 26. I don't remember. Would I know that they can only speak 3 times?
Yes.
Okay. And then from the ground, Mirage will look up at y'all. Really tall party we got here. And just say, the Zoda, they only got 3 instances of speaking. So it
Oh,
assuming it's never spoken before, it used 1 on us for these fucking clowns.
I turn to the Zodar and say, you don't need to reply, but thank you. Using 1 of your 3 to help us is appreciated.
1
Definitely.
hand wave for yes, 2 hand waves for no. Does that count?
It does nothing.
I guess that counts.
Yeah, it probably counts.
Well, shit.
so if I talk to you, you very likely wouldn't say anything back or tell me to stop or go away. No, I could just give a
This
lecture.
is a really good situation for you, Stampy. You've got a new friend you can talk to. Look at that.
That's quite possibly one of the saddest sentences I've ever heard.
Yes.
The Zodar does nothing.
We should oh, no one else was around. We should find the Yonti. Apparently,
Yeah.
at some point, they scoped out the clown ship as we are now Sans away off this
Stranded.
little rock. So,
Yes, they did say I should find them before they ran off with Theron.
yeah.
You reckon it's small? You know, like a clown
Kind of like a clown. I honestly wouldn't be
clown
surprised.
carriage?
It might be like, you know how, remember that time when we stole that carriage of holding? I mean, when we
Okay.
borrowed
I gotta
that
go.
Yeah,
carriage
we
of
didn't
holding.
steal it.
Ah.
We didn't steal it. We borrowed it
Borrowed it.
and then forgot to return it. Anyway,
Forgot to
yes,
return
I
it,
do remember.
yes.
I do remember.
Yeah,
As you
bigger on the
guys
inside
are
kind of thing.
having this conversation, the Zodar floats himself over to where he starts moving again, and he floats himself over to where the ships were originally docked that just left, and he kind of looks up at the sky where the ship, you can see the ship's like tail leaving.
Yes, we're going to have to find Saren's parents. I imagine they're heading to the Killjoy's ship.
Second ship. There's two
Second.
ships. That ship, boo.
Yeah.
Second ship, yeah.
I mean, we're
Give
still
me-
going to get you to where you need to go, but we really appreciate you reactivating yourself in a diet. Should we still take this back to be
I'm
studied?
thinking, I'm kind of wondering the same thing at this point. I feel like we almost owe them for helping us. I just want to make, you can't speak. Okay.
Ugh.
This is going to be rough. How about this? After we deal with all of this, if you don't want to go to the informal, the college, I forgot the name immediately, and we go on the ship, go port side if you don't want to go there. Go starboard if you do want to go there, if that's allowed.
Feel free to roam about the cabin.
Yes, and judging on where you locate yourself, we'll act accordingly. We owe the adventuring guild, but we can just say we ran into some space clowns and they managed to capture you before we could do anything about it.
The Zodar stops looking off into the sky and turns around and comes back to you guys and just kind of sits there.
Okay, well, we should find Theron's parents and find that ship. They went, last I saw them, they went that way, and I pointed in the direction I saw them rush to near the beginning of the combat.
Are we mostly just assuming whenever it just kind of turns around and comes towards us, that's a yes?
That's what Mirage and I have been assuming, yes.
All right. I mean, if it's all right. Yeah.
I have a
Um,
question
yeah.
for you. So does everybody leave to go find Theron? Or no?
I wouldn't say immediately. I think
No.
especially after the space clowns thing, we kind of want to stick together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just so you can only speak 3 times in your haunting of or whatever.
I
What
don't think it's a ghost.
I'm pretty sure it's a ghost.
Do look at the Zodar. Do not respond to this. Don't waste one of your communications on answering this question. You
It
you
just
absolutely
says-
do not have to do that.
It's just that if you have 3 communications, is there some sort of specification for how long the communication can be? Theoretically, could you start talking and then just never stop and then just go on and on and on and on as much as you
Oh,
can and fill
like you?
the space with words and do that until you have said everything that you've needed to say, and then that would only count as 1 communication.
It says nothing and it does nothing.
Just think about it.
We should get going.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
As you
uh,
guys, Mirage, did you want to say something?
Oh, I was just gonna say that when the group gets ready to go, Mirage like snaps back up to their feet, and you can tell that Z is like trying to walk it off and make it look like they're completely 100% fine. But I think Z is definitely hiding it well, but I think at least the San can tell that Z is hiding their wounded pride.
I will normally, like, my instincts are like, oh, I'll, like be someone you can lean on, but I feel like I'm ridiculously tall, so I can't put your arm around my shoulder. But so the height difference is wild. So I'll say to Mirage, you've got the best eyes on us. Do you want me to carry my back and you can keep an eye out? The additional height and your incredible perception will probably be good for us, especially now.
Yes, my
Adorable.
eagle
Sorry.
eyes. Eagle eyes.
Look with
Great
the special
idea,
eyes.
my love. And Mirage will do that same like pole vault-esque thing to just get like half up your back, and then I just like grab onto whatever you're wearing on your shoulders to just like pull myself up, and I will sit on your
Yep.
shoulders, just
Yep.
holding onto your head.
And I think as you do that, so I'm going to use one of my items, because as a warlock I have 2 spell slots and I used both of them immediately. I'm going to use, so I think one of the many earrings I have, one of them glows, and I think this one was one that Mirage had given me on past adventures, and it glows, and in reality this is a Rod of the Pact Keeper, and I'm going to regain 1 spell slot. I'm going to use my charge to regain 1 spell slot as it glows and fades again.
As you regain your spell slot, you feel above you whoosh, the wind blow past you as 3 smaller, like single person aircrafts blow directly over y'all's head, and they come around in a big circle and then land right at the courtyard. And it is the 2 Yuan-Ti parents and Theron. And Theron jumps out of his single his little space scooter is what I'm gonna call it. He jumps out of his space scooter, runs over to you guys, and goes, "On guard!"
Hey kid,
I'm God.
Now you have to come with us.
I beat his ass. I know.
like, oh, Crad, dude, relax.
He's only 6. He's only 6.
The
we
2 parents
follow.
come out and they're laughing at him and like telling him like, "Stop! They just saved our lives. Stop!" And they say to all of you, the main ship was away. It seems that all of the killjoys that were here were not all of them, so they will be returning, so we need to leave shortly. However, there are enough of these singleton ships in order for us to at least get out of this wild space and into the astral sea once again. I would assume that there is a filling station or some sort of a stop or an asteroid where we can beg for a ride somewhere. We're not above begging.
I think I can persuade some people. How about a way of words?
Oh, I can definitely persuade some people, darling.
Sounds amazing. And the mom, has there, and he's like, I feel the need to say thank you because you kept my son safe, and we came to the astral sea, we came to the sun sea to keep our son safe because our home was no longer safe. And so thank you.
Of course. Your kids, you got a good kid.
We are very excited. He said that you are also going to the Inforium.
Yes. Well, to be fair, and I looked at everyone else just to see if we're on the same page. That is still to be determined. But that was the destination originally, yes.
Well, perhaps we can travel together.
Sounds
My
good to me.
uncle would, my brother would just be thrilled to be able to welcome you into the Emporium and give you anything that you need.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Do they have, just hypothetically, and I'm not saying this is what we want or anything, but a Spelljammer chair, or know anyone who could?
We could easily procure you a Spelljammer chair.
Perfect. Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, I'll actually still mind linked to Mirage. I would like, now I really don't even really need to give Zoda to the Formery, because they just know someone who can give us a Spelljammer chair.
I like go over
and-
to Stamp. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I would. Mirage just replies, "That is, if we can trust them."
Fair.
I
I'll
go-
keep an eye on them.
I go over to Stampy. Is Stampy still big?
No,
Or is that
Stampy's
just-
normal size.
What is Stampy's normal size, by the
That's
way?
a good
I
question.
think like 9 feet tall.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
6 feet,
So-
7 feet, 9 feet, 5'7".
Yeah. I even though I don't have to stretch as much as Mirage does, I do kind of make a motion to have Stampy
yes,
like
yes.
open up one of the ears.
Yes, no. Come on
I
in.
get
Private office hours are open.
hold on.
Yes? Should I
Again.
invite Professor Hayseed?
I guarantee you, one of them is going to try and get one of the Spelljammer chairs. I don't know who, but I do know who.
Do we... And we want the Spelljammer chair.
Stampy, why
We-
do you make it so hard?
We
to be
don't
honest?
want them to have it. We
No,
want
it's-
them to have it and
it's a-
give
they
it
can
to us.
have. No, they can have it. They can have
Okay.
it. It's a,
Mhm.
you're learning. You're learning. You're very
Okay.
smart.
Yes.
Here's a bag of
I have
peanuts.
several
No, not really.
degrees. So, what is the problem? Should we go with them to get the chair?
No, there's not a problem. I was just sharing a thought with a friend.
Oh, I thought because of the private office hours that this was top secret.
I put a hand on Stampy's arm and just pat it.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
you sweet
good
summer
for-
child.
I'm very happy about the chair then,
How old are you?
right? Is old enough to have gotten a doctorate.
I mean, I'm 16, so I'm a full-blown adult. Dragonborns are adult at age 15, so he's just above being an
Oh,
adult for his
a
race.
senior citizen.
I knew I was gonna get that look from someone.
Well, if we get the Spelljammer chair, I do have a question. Do we all have it? Is it ours as a group?
I don't know anything about it. I am not from the Astral Sea.
I don't either. Is it just a nice chair?
I figure the privateers probably know more about it.
Okay.
Zoom in on the note in my book that definitely says not privateers.
I will ask Professor Hayseed if we can add Spelljammer chairs to our itinerary for this upcoming semester.
All right.
I'll learn everything there is to know about Spelljammer chairs.
I trust you will. Professor Hayseed seems a very apt tutor and professor.
He is the best.
Well, moving
academia.
on. He's just like, well, moving on. Let's get on these.
The Yuan-Ti,
Alright.
the Yuan-Ti are like, yes, we'll show you where the rest of these are.
Thank you.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a great place to close out. Aha! I'm only 15 minutes over. Yes.
Yay.
We did start late though, So we
You
would
did, which is why I'm.
we
yeah,
started at 7:23, so we are under the 3 hours. So we did it.
Hell yeah,
We're
we
at,
did it.
we're at 3:04. I'm looking at it right now. 3:05. Exactly.
All right. Well, I forgot what I was supposed to do for the outro. Are we supposed to do shout outs? Is that what we do?
Yeah, I think.
Do we do shout outs? Shout outs! Great! Hi, my name is Aelxbomb, and I am currently writing a book that is accessible to people with reading disabilities, with people who have a hard time reading English, because holy shit, reading's really hard. I have really severe dyslexia, which leaves me with a reading comprehension skill of a 6th to 8th grader, and then a spelling comprehension of a 3rd to 4th grader, which is the reason why I was having such difficulty like saying people's names, or having, like, knowing what this giant's name is, because I don't know how I can't even contemplate how you would. Anyways, the way that I like to quantify my reading disabilities is I can't read young adult novels. I can't because I literally just can't. So I'm going to make a book that everyone can read, because it's important. It's going to have large font. It's going to have a dyslexia friendly font. It's going to be colorblind friendly, and it is coming out February 21st. So if you would like to learn anything about that, Sean will post the email sign up. That is the email list for whenever it goes live. And then I also stream. And this Friday, like literally this Friday, my bi-weekly show comes back, Initiative and Intrigues, and it is the perfect time to jump in and check it out, because the dragons just came back. The dragons have been dead for 10,000 years. They tried to take over the gods, and the gods punished them by turning them into the thing that they hated the most, mortals, and that's how the Dragonborn became a thing. And so now it's 10,000 years later, and the dragons are back, and our party befriended it and hatched it and uncursed it. Anyways, it's a long story, but if you would like to know about that, please come check out my stream on this Friday at 4:30, so 30 minutes after this one started. All right, who wants to go?
I'll do it. Hello, I'm Daryl Dorsey. I've been playing Crass tonight. Your College of Sword Bard, even though I did not cut anyone. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr._Daryl Dorsey. Also, you can find me being the storyteller for the Fangang podcast, which usually we record every Tuesday, and I edit it and get it out by that Friday. I don't do it nearly as much work as Dylan does for their podcast when they edit it, because good Lord, the amount of production value on the Atom list, hats off to you. But
Daryl,
yes, what happened?
that's so nice. You
All
just all right.
All right, calm down. It's not about you yet. So it is. Usually comes out every Friday. It is a Vampire the Masquerade game. I barely cut out anything because I hold my own mistakes. I only cut out the players' things when they request it. So it's a lot of random asides and a lot of me actively trying to get them not to do things that are going to get them killed, but they never listen. That's it for me. Someone else go now.
I'll go next. Hi, I'm Jack, or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I'm in a bunch of different streams, but the ones I really want to shout out are one tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to be over on Table Story. That's TABLESTORY on Twitch, in the season 2 premiere of Kingmakers, which I'm very excited about. We left on one hell of a cliffhanger. Like, someone's character turned into a demon and attacked another player's character. Everyone was in dire straits. It's intense. So if you want to know where we're picking up, catch us tomorrow. It's going to be wild. On Saturdays, at 3 p.m. Eastern, over on Vana's channel, that's VANA. I'm in a campaign called Higher Education, which is a Strixhaven campaign, where we're in Strixhaven University, and we're all in our last year of our courses doing our thesis while also trying to center godhood. And we've taken a very interesting route. So if anyone's watched How to Get Away with Murder, we've kind of ended up in that direction, which has been very cool, very interesting, very unexpected. So if you're into that kind of stuff, please watch. Other than that, just keep an eye on my Twitter. I'm in a bunch of very cool projects. I'm involved in a bunch of very cool projects that I think all of you would be very interested in seeing. But yeah, I'm gonna throw it over to Dylan.
Hello, I'm Dylan, or Super Dylan, everywhere on the internet. I am a game designer and professional GM, but the thing that I am most excited about that Daryl mentioned very, very sweetly is the Atomless. The Atomless is a Starfinder actual play podcast, and it's available in 2 ways. If you like watching people just goof around about a table, you can see like the raw, unedited videos on YouTube of us playing the game. But if you like a more like finessed, produced audio drama style story, we also do that. And it's available on all podcatchers. And we have cool things happening that I can't tell you yet, but we're on a little bit of a break while we get that ready, so it's a good time to catch up. And that's it for me.
Hi, everybody. Me. Hi. My name is Nala or Jay. I use they, them. I am online at NalaWoo on Twitter and at KnowledgeRoz if you'd like to see my art. I'm also at KnowledgeRoz on any other social media that I might have. I am a professional illustrator and art director working full-time doing freelance in tabletop RPGs. My portfolio is on knowledgeroz.com if you'd like to check out my work. I am actively looking for commercial work and also private commissions if you want me to draw your characters or environments or whatever. I can probably draw it for you, and if I can't, I will find someone who can. Besides art, I am also a voice actor and a sensitivity reader and cultural consultant, TTRPG content creator, and actual play stream performer. Super happy to have been on this channel. Thank you so much for having me. If you like what you see, you can watch me play other games, including tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. I play on Itaewon by Night. It is an all-Asian cast playing Vampire the Masquerade over on Going Critical RPG. I'm playing Ventru Ancillary, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of girl bossing. But yeah, come watch the first all-Asian cast to ever play VTM on stream. And that's again tomorrow 8 p.m. on Going Critical. Besides that, I am in a bunch of other things. And the best place to keep up with all that is just to follow my Twitter to keep up with all the random crap that I do. But thank you again for having me here, and I'll throw it back to our lovely GM for closing remarks.
Woo! All right.
That's my last name. Woo! It's me.
Nice.
Nala.
I got
Yeah.
so confused because I thought your last name was Han, and I was like, no, that's not your last name, but your character's last name is Han. Anyways, thank you so much for everyone who has attended. Thank you for everyone who has watched. Thank you to my pillow people, because I did see my pillow people in chat. Mwah, I love you. We will be back not next week, but the week after that, which is the 23rd. We will be back the 23rd to find out how the hell our friends are going to get off this Ring Island and a ring continent, or I guess it is an island, Ring Island, and to the Inforium, which, by the way, if you haven't caught on yet, the Inforium's name is Info-Orium.
Yeah.
I can't name anything. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Peace out.